Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am having so much fun recording these videos for you, and I hope you're enjoying them, and I'm enjoying your comments, and I'm enjoying interacting with you guys, your emails, everything just amazing. I am so excited this year, and as I'm sure you can tell that I'm recording a lot of videos and trying to make sure that I upload at least 3 times a week, because I really just enjoy the interaction with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Today I want to talk about bad energy. The title of this video is how to manage on and off relationships, but I just wanted to cover bad energy. So I'm talking to my guy friend that I totally love. He's subscribed, so he's gonna watch this as well. I kind of speak to him for fodder sometimes, just for inspiration. Not that I need very much, because I love talking about relationships way too much with everyone. But we were talking, and he was sharing with me that, you know, he's been looking for wife material now forever. He's been looking to get married, settle down, have a family. You know, that's been his thing for a long time, for probably the length of time that well, not the length of time I've known him, but for a good few years, I would say. And he kind of came close to marrying this girl, and it didn't quite work out, so that was quite sad. But as we were talking, he was talking about, you know, I want to meet a woman, a keeper, somebody that I can meet and marry, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to have fun along the way. And I had just come to sort of a moment of enlightenment recently, just before that conversation. I didn't realize when it happened, but I knew that I was living it out. And one of the things I realized, and one of the things that I want to share with you guys, is if you are watching this today and you want to meet somebody that you can be in a very seriously committed relationship with, even marry, if you're looking for something long-term, then this is something that you've got to really be careful for, is to watch your energy. You have to understand that every guy that is wasting your time, that is on and off, that is playing you, that you're just having fun with, he is an energy block. He's bad energy. And what ends up happening is, if you're in a kind of situation where you want to find true love, and this happens to me all the time. I speak to my girlfriends, I speak to some of the women that I coach and work with, and I say to them, look, if you're truly looking for love, you are better off eradicating every single non-starter. Don't entertain the married guy, the guy with a girlfriend, the player, the guy who's, you know, on and off relationships for me are bad energy. They're really bad energy. Mainly because when you're on and off with a guy, you're saying someone in this relationship is unsure. And that's really something to really note. When somebody is in and out, because it's hardly ever one person, it's not hardly ever both of you sort of going in and out. Sometimes it's one person. I would hazard to say is the guy that does the sort of vanishing and reappearing on and off, and every time he comes back he's received and he goes back again, and then you end up with a cycle where he comes in and out of your life. And it's fine when he's there, when he's not there, it's fine. And you get used to the fact that when he is around, you don't know how long that's going to be, and then he's going to be gone. And so you've got yourself sort of caught up in a sort of on and off relationship that is very, very, very unhealthy. And sometimes it seems harmless. While I wait for Mr. Right, I will just play with somebody else because I'm waiting for Mr. Right. But what we don't understand is that that other person is like a zero. You know, let's take a number, 100. 100 is 1 with 2 zeros. Those zeros are placeholders. That means they're holding the place of an actual number. Now, when you take a 0 out of the 100, you have 10. It becomes different. So where am I going with this is that a 0 energy guy is holding a place that should have a value in it. It's actually holding a place. that should have value in it. So nothing, you know, my pastor always used to say the spirit realm does not like vacancies. It doesn't like vacancies. So what happens is it must always fill a spot. And when you are filling that spot and there's Mr. Zero in that spot, then it's going to be very hard for you to, for the right guy, Mr. Right, is watching you, he's probably in your life and is watching you interface with all the Mr. Wrongs. And this is what happens on a psychological level. When you're dealing with Mr. Wrongs players, there's a way you learn to talk to them. There's a way that you learn to address them. There's a vibe that you bring in that relationship that you learn subconsciously. That is how I do. But when you want but Mr. Right, the guy who's ready to settle down, the eligible guy, the guy that every girl wants, when he's in marriage mode, he doesn't want to have those kind of conversations with you. He's not comfortable going there with you because he's looking for a keeper. So what happens is being with Mr. Wrongs and entertaining bad energy is training your mind and is coaching you into a space where you are vibrating a certain frequency. So when Mr. Right comes and he is real and he wants the real deal, when he comes into your life, you can't handle what he's got to offer because you're dealing with him like that other guy. And you think you're being different, but you're not, because your energy doesn't switch that easily because you've been in a certain mind space for so long. So I said to him, look, if you're gonna find Miss Right, you've got to stop dealing with Mrs. Wrong. You've got to stop dealing with chicks that you know ain't going nowhere, are just good time only chicks. You've got to stop that because it is blocking your energy. And this is, you know, something that really we just need to sort of understand, that you're better off with nothing. You're better off on your own and building good energy and focusing and affirming that I am meeting an amazing eligible bachelor who's been waiting for me, and creating that energy around you and attracting those kind of guys, entertaining those kind of guys. And like, I'm telling you girls, like, I don't even have the time of day for a joker. Like, if I can smell you, if I sense that you're on a joke thing, or you just want to have, I don't have time for that because it's energy draining. Furthermore, chances are you're gonna get emotionally involved without you knowing you have, or your ego will get involved and you just need to get him just so you can get a notch on your belt, or you know what I mean. Like, sometimes we get caught up in ego issues, like it's just our ego playing us up, but in reality and in truth, you don't even want this guy. So my thing is, you know, if you are looking for something serious, if you're on the market for something serious, then do not under any circumstances entertain anybody who's not coming on that frequency. Don't entertain it. Friend zone them at the very least. Put them in the friend zone category. Be very kind of clear about the energy that you want to attract, and it will come to you. If you entertain and waste your energy on Johnny, or waste your energy on some other guy who is not going to give you what you need, then you know you're really just putting yourself in a bad situation. So that's my advice to you, is if you are looking for something long term, if you're looking for something real, then you've got to cut out the other stuff. And it's interesting because often what we're looking for usually is right there in our midst, and that person is subconsciously watching you. They're subconsciously in your space. They, you know, I remember a story of a woman who would come out every morning and read her Bible and pray in her porch, and every time a jogger would sort of run by her house just doing his normal jog, she didn't even realize that he was checking her out. But eventually one day they did meet, and he said, you know, I just know that I'm going to marry you because you're so consistent. You're that woman that comes out early in the morning and you're always seemingly doing something real and deep. So, you know, this is quite true of the fact that most guys will observe from a distance. If they're serious, they'll observe from a different. It's probably someone that you go to, that you meet at Starbucks and you don't even notice that they're there. You don't even note them because you're on a whole different agenda, but they're watching. And if you're in the wrong energy, and if you're being seen or communicating or just doing things, sometimes that person will just get this feeling about you that's like, she's not ready, or there's something, and they just move on. So my advice to you is kind of a little bit spiritual today, and it's just clear your airwaves, clear your energy, clear your frequency, and broadcast on a real sort of clean level if you are looking for something real. If you're not looking for something real, play. Keep playing. Players will always come. Have a bit of fun. You know what? Each to their own. Like, I've had my fun. How dare I not tell anybody to have a little bit of fun? There's nothing wrong with dating, having a good time, meeting different guys. In fact, I'm all for it. I'm like, go do that, because you need to do that before you can get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm ready to settle and build something. So that's from me to you. If you are looking for something real, then cut off the bad energy, cut off that guy who's in and out of your life, you know, give him the smack down, tell him about himself, look, says where I am, says what I'm doing, and then he can disqualify himself or get in the game, or any other situation that you have that's a little bit shady, where you're not clear or you're not certain. And that goes for your friends as well, you know, that goes for your girlfriends. You need to cut off some bad energy. You need to cut off certain people from your life. They just need to go, you know. They may be your girlfriend, they may be your boss, they could be the job you're in, just needs to go because it's bad energy. You need to move from there. You know, this is the time in your life, if you want real things, if you want real success, to cut off all the bad stuff. And so that's from me to you, and I hope you guys subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you again soon. Take care.